Welcome to this latest podcast where I'm joined by Héctor Fernández, the Chief Executive Officer of Turismo Lanzarote. At this time of year, the Canary Isles are normally full of winter sun holidaymakers from Northern Europe, catching the last rays before the dark nights of January and February. This year, of course, everything is different, and Héctor shares with me some of his insights about what the Canary Isles and specifically Lanzarote have been doing to reassure travellers ahead of their return in the new year. It's a fascinating podcast and shows how a combination of private and public sector partnership can really make a difference. I hope you enjoy listening. So, good morning everyone. Today I'm joined by Héctor Fernández, the CEO of Turismo Lanzarote. Héctor, good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
You're very lucky. It's probably sunny in Lanzarote and the best time of year to be there.
Yes, I consider we are lucky, really. I think we have excellent winter weather conditions. So actually today, for example, we have more than 25 degrees. So it's an excellent temperature, excellent atmosphere in the islands. So I think one of the most things that we think about to be ready for receive tourists, especially in winter season. Now we have the unique position in these periods when all the destination and some of them, the most important of them, our main competitors, don't have the condition we have, especially in winter. So we are a destination all year round. That is very important for the industry to have a good position to in terms of financial, to have a good profit at the end of the year. So, and this week, but particularly, the weather has been excellent.
But sadly, there are very few tourists, and yet tourism is so important to the island's economy, isn't it?
Completely. So we can say that the full island depends on tourism. So that's like this. So not only the hotels, the tourist companies in the real sense, but the rest of the industry in the island depends on the tourism. So only for the public administration we can consider they are apart. But the private sector, the full private sector belongs completely the good working of the tourism phenomenon. So, and unfortunately, we have seen in the last month that all of them are suffering, obviously, from a deep crisis, waiting for the recovery of the destination. So that is the thing that we are looking for. We are looking at the December to try to recover the rest of the winter season, especially winter season. Mm-hmm. is our main season for us when the other destination can't open due to weather conditions. So, but at the moment, we are looking at behind us the last month. It has been very, very difficult for the full island, and we are obviously very worried about that. So, unfortunately, there are several measures coming from Madrid, from Canary government, and obviously also from the Canary local government in Lanzarote, called here Cabildo. All of them are trying to put on the table some special measure to try to recover, to keep in a good condition, financial condition, the position from all of them, trying to be ready for the reopening of the destination. At the moment, we can say that we expect, really, we can say any of them has announced a close of the doors. I mean, some of them are closed because they are not tourists in this moment, but they have, I can see they have, most of them, a strong position, financial position to be ready for the reopening of the nation that we expect to be in the next month.
And my assumption has always been that the market is built around tourism from Northern Europe, from Germany, Spain, United Kingdom, Scandinavia. Is that the three core markets that you have?
Not exactly. So you have, we would like to have a better, higher weight in the Scandinavian market, not the markets, because they are very stable markets. But actually, we don't have good figures from Scandinavia at the moment. There are along the island, in the case of Gran Canaria, that they receive almost 1 million tourists every year from northern markets. It's not the case of Lanzarote. Our main markets are the main one is the United Kingdom, that has almost half our international tourism, and the second one Ireland, also more important than Germany, and the third one Germany. And France has also advanced in the last year very, very well, but it's in the North Europe. So we measure that thing in terms of the flight duration. So it's around 4 hours and 4 hours and a half. We consider we have the big movements in terms of tourism. Also important is the domestic market. I mean mainland Spain, as we call the peninsula, because they have the proximity is very important. We are talking about flights between 2 and 3 hours, and we receive almost 500,000 people from mainland every year. The question is that it's not they have a big seasonality. You know, the culture in Spain is to travel mostly in summer season or Christmas season or Easter season. Due to our custom culture, the periods of the school, we can't keep a normal behavior in the full year, all year round. That is the question. For winter season, is not very important for us. I mean, the people coming from mainland. So in the winter, our markets are, as mentioned it before.
Mm-hmm. And when I look at how those markets have grown in recent years, you've been very successful in attracting more low-cost airlines and building capacity. So your strategy of focusing on those markets was working. It must be immensely frustrating what started to happen in March of this year.
Yes, I think there has been probably a bad legend about low-cost carriers. So because at the beginning, when they started, in 2010 more or less, when Ryanair launched the main routes to Canaries, 2011 more or less, EasyJet and Wizz Air, Norwegian and the rest. Mm-hmm. At the beginning, everybody considered that was the people who use low-cost carrier are bad tourists in terms of the expenditure in destination. But I think with the past of the years, I think that legend is not real, because everybody use the low-cost carriers trying to save money in the flight, and you can have more capacity to spend money in destination. I think everybody use the low-cost carriers. I think it's because the service is not very bad, and the aircraft are completely the same. You know, yep. Ryanair use Boeing 737 new generation. It's completely the same than the aircraft that used by Iberia or also why not British or the rest. So at the moment, we operate with Ryanair and EasyJet also. With Wizz Air, that Wizz Air is the main one in the east of Europe, yes. And they are flying from December from United Kingdom bases. So I think they have now the more dynamic carriers in Europe, particularly Ryanair, Wizz Air, and EasyJet. So they have a thin structure to face much better than the others this critical situation. So we are completely willing to deal with them, because also they have a good capacity to open new combination mm-hmm. with to markets that we are very interested in. I mean, for example, the east of Europe or Italy, Portugal. For example, in the case of Ryanair, that they're flying, for example, to Gran Canaria from Oporto. So they have the much capacity to open due to the thin structures. I think they can struggle much better than the others with this situation.
They have, I mean...
Taking into account that we don't lose a good tourist in terms of expenditure or capacity of expenses in destination.
And they're very good at
combine all the carriers, the regular ones, the charter ones, and why not the low-cost carriers as well.
And they have been very good at opening new destinations where perhaps more legacy conservative airlines would not consider, which is very helpful for you. But I guess the other thing they bring is flexibility. I mean, they tend to operate very late into the evening and very early into the morning, so it allows you to have more flights without having to build more airport capacity. So it's good from that perspective as well. Sure.
That was the case, for example, of Ryanair. You know that Ryanair had bases in Canaries, particularly in Lanzarote. We had a basis with in summer season with 5 aircraft sleeping in Lanzarote. That make it possible to fly, as you said, from the 7 o'clock in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. So the range is very, very wide, and also very important for example, the taxi drivers flying coming flights from everywhere at that time, 11 p.m. So the importance for the economy, for the local economy, to have a basis of one a career is very, very important. So in the last 10 years, the only company that had created a basis in Canaries has been Ryanair. So you know that they had to close all of them in the last year due to financial reasons, when due to the Brexit and so on. But we expect to recover it in the next summer. So also we are talking with Ryanair about that possibility. It's not closed, unfortunately, but we expect to have good news about that in the future, because while the economy will be recovered in the next years, we expect that why not we will feel like to recover the base of Ryanair, and why not with the others, because when a carrier decides to create a base in everywhere, is because that destination is working very, very well. So because they can put with the base new routes, new frequencies of routes has extended before, and we see obviously some excellent news for destination to have basis of the career. So.
Yeah, and from a crewing perspective, I'm sure being based in Lanzarote in the winter is better than being based in somewhere in Northern Europe where it's always dark in the mornings. Tell me about how, as a tourism board, you reacted and you began to respond to COVID-19, because it's almost a case study in how destinations have tried to recover. I mean, you were very proactive to begin with, and you were ready in June for more tourists to arrive. How did you make those decisions, and what did you have to do to make it all happen?
It's a very interesting question. It's really for us, it has been, for the destination, for our board, it has been an incredible challenge in terms of firstly, obviously, try to recover the destination, to transit through this incredible situation, to help, to support the local authorities to manage the crisis, the pandemic, and everything. So we have been very, very involved to support the situation in terms of, for example, to looking for hotels for the people. For the people who work in the hospital, for police people, because you know that it was 1 month. Then the people who work in the hospital, the doctors and so on, didn't want to come back at home because they were very afraid of contagion the rest of the family. You know,
yeah.
That's an example. The thing that we have been involved in. And the important work for us was to support the sector to create the protocols about how to start to receive again the tourists in summer. You know, you have mentioned it with the destination open it in the 1st of July to the international traffic, and I think we did a very good job in terms to think about how to do that, because we understood that the security will be completely key factor about that. We work together, very close to the Canary government to push the project called Canarias Fortaleza. Probably you have heard about that. It was a very important project to try to put on value the security in Canaries, to work with all the chains of the tourist chain. I mean, buses, restaurants, hotels, information service, trying to adapt our protocols to the security protocols coming from from Madrid. You know that Spain approved in summer, before the summer, important checklist about how to adapt all the sector, the companies, to the tourist companies to that new situation. In terms of our main task, the marketing, also we have to change because it's not the same. The demand wasn't in the same position to receive our message. You know, we have to change completely our strategy of communication. Our message were softer, not very aggressive, because the people were at home. So it was a very, very difficult for us to change our perspective about how to communicate when the main of the people are in a very critical situation. I mean, in terms of health, in terms of economy, everybody were completely worried about the situation. You can't be very aggressive about that. Our main role was to be very close of the sector. Also, we changed our name. It's a very, very, I think it's a little, I'm joking, but I can say we call ourselves Destination Marketing Organization, but we also include a new letter, and we call from this moment, I think, especially from this important crisis, we call Destination Marketing Management Organization, because we have to change our site into our local destination, not only with marketing activities, I mean, to help everybody in the sector. Also, we create, that was a very interesting thing, we create a set of webinars. Also, we do things in terms of training, considering that we have to prepare the tourist sector to translate them, new concepts, new tools about sustainability, about health things, about marketing, new capacities, new marketing, online marketing strategy, about big data and so on, about blockchain, why not? Trying to prepare the tourist sector to be ready for the new situation, because we consider everything will change, and also the tourist motivation, the tourist decision to select the new destination for holidays will be completely different. So we have to change our position, our thing, our concept, our model to be more attractive for the future. So we have done a lot of things in the last month, completely different that normally the things that we do in a normal situation.
And I guess a lot of that activity meant that firstly you were doing things that were very new, that you hadn't had to do before, and more importantly, were costing you a lot of money in terms of different skills, education programs, all of those things, and yet there was no revenue coming in. So it was essentially an investment. But did you, as the destination marketing organisation, take responsibility on behalf of the government, or did the government take responsibility?
Our field is marketing activities, promotion, but in this case, I can say, because we are in touch with the trade, we are in touch with the players, we are in touch with the tourist office in our main market, so we have a lot of information about the things are running in the full Europe. So I think our role has been wider than normally. So we have been very close of the health authorities in Lanzarote. We have been very close with of the president of Cabildo, because we had a lot of information about how to manage this kind of things. We are used to move tourists. We are used to move travel agencies. So we know how to manage in difficult times. So that was the reason that we have been very involved in this crisis, right. especially in the management of the destination in last month. But it's one thing that obviously the money has come from different parts, not only from us. I think you know that the central government, Madrid, has announced that important financial support a part of the money comes from Europe, and the Canary government as well has sent some money to the local governments, trying to face this critical situation. So one thing is the money, and one thing is the hands to manage, sure. to handle this critical situation. I can't remember how many e-meetings has been taken from our board with the health authorities, with the airport, with the association of hotels. Everybody has been very, very, very involved in trying to support, to help in this critical situation in destination. So I suppose in the rest of the destination, more or less the things has running more or less in the same way.
Mm-hmm. When COVID was really catching our attention in the summer, one of the optimistic messages was about the creation of air bridges and corridors. And I know Lanzarote and the Canary Isles were mentioned as potential air bridges and corridors. Did you have any air bridges established?
Not really. It's true. I think it has been one of the things that we have heard about, sentences about news about that, but in the end of the day, any corridor has been working, especially because the things, or the markets or the destination as Canaries have been closed. You know that Canary has been closed from United Kingdom until the 15 days ago, so 1 month ago. So in that sense, any corridor has been able to exist. So I mean, I see until the situation of the pandemic doesn't improve, any corridor were possible. So at the moment, we start to hear about corridors in June. I remember perfectly.
Yeah.
To celebrate meetings with Dublin, for example, because you know the island for Lanzarote is very, very important. Actually, it's our second international market. So we start to talk about that in June to establish a corridor between Dublin and Lanzarote, but it didn't exist in any moment because Ireland has been closed completely from the beginning of the crisis in March until now. In any moment, the authorities, the health authorities in Ireland, has been permitted to travel there. It has been any recommendation to allow travel in island.
So lots of
recommendation, any corridor. The same from United Kingdom. It could be a very interesting thing. I remember it was one of one corridor between Germany and Mallorca. I remember with 2 or 3 operations, but the flights wasn't they weren't with good occupancy. The figures were very, very weak.
I think it was an experiment, and they used travel agents for the first couple of flights, and it never worked. So I think what you're saying is that these air bridges and corridors are a lot of effort, but actually they're not the solution to the problem.
No, until the figure doesn't start to improve, any corridor, anything. Now we are looking at December, because you know that Boris Johnson had announced that there has been any prolongation of the restrictions. So we are very, very, very interested to approach the beginning of December, because we consider if the normal situation, if the things improve in United Kingdom in December, we will start to receive full flights from Jet2, TUI, EasyJet, holidays, and British Airways holidays. Because at the moment, November has been very, very bad. And from the moment that Boris Johnson set the strong restriction at the time that the health situation there were completely worse at the moment.
Yeah, I think every house in the United Kingdom is waiting for the same piece of news that you are probably waiting for, that we can come back out of lockdown. What has been the key learnings as you've gone through this? Because here you are, a very established brand with a very large and very loyal market. And in those few minutes that you get to reflect upon what has happened, what are the key things from the destination that you have learned? Is it about, acting quickly, being prepared? What are the learnings?
Yes, it's a very interesting question. We consider, and there are 2 or 3 key things for the future, just for now. So we are working very strongly, very seriously in that things from a long time, especially in the last month before, the former month. The first one is the sustainability. Lanzarote is a biosphere reserve since 1993. We have a lot of important recovery about that. Lanzarote was the first island in Spain that creates a law where a lot of thousands of beds were disqualified. More than 200,000. That was Lanzarote in that thing. Lanzarote also was the first biosphere reserve in Spain, island territory that get that brand. And that Lanzarote is very special in that thing. And now we consider we have to do a big jump about that thing again, the sustainability, because now people will be very worried about that. The relation, the connection between sustainability and health is very, very, very close. I think people consider an open air destination with a big weight of the landscape, of the nature, of the sustainability will have more credibility for the future. So that is the question. That is the reason that we have worked very hard the last month, trying to put on value our sustainability values about that in the center of our strategy. At the same time, the health understanding through the gastronomy and the sports. We have created one brand called European Sport Destination. Lanzarote has more than 40 international events in a year.
Wow.
I mean, outdoor sports.
Yeah.
And the other brand, talking about the gastronomy, is Tasting Lanzarote, and with the umbrella of Tasting Spain, to put on value the gastronomy. Because if you practice sports daily, if you had a health gastronomy, you are helping your body to be stronger to face the new pandemics, because everybody knows that in the future probably we will have new virus. The things are like this, so we have to be ready. I mean, each person personally has to be ready to face the new years, and the best way is practicing sport and having a good gastronomy, eating very well. And we consider we have good thing about that in Lanzarote. So we are joining these things: sustainability, gastronomy, nature, sports, and we are putting those things in our strategy of communication.
So are you now, from what you're saying, it's about a much more select, perhaps smaller, but better, higher value tourism market? Does that mean you're looking at new geographic segments as well, or just a different segment in existing countries?
We are doing that thing. So because we consider, I try to be very, very clever, I don't want to be, I don't know how to say that, but we consider we have a good destination for everybody in terms of, we're trying to look for new segments abroad, and abroad also of Europe, because we are looking at Canada or USA or the Gulf, or also Asia, because the technology in the aviation is also improving very, very fast. And probably, I don't know, but we will fly from Canaries to New York, why not in 6 hours, or I don't know, to Moscow, or why not to Middle East, so to India as well. So, and we are in a new strategy. Also, we have called that project Lanzarote Premium. We will look new clients, new customers in everywhere. So because we are trying to qualify our destination, we put on value those things that we have mentioned before, and we consider there are people in different places farther than Europe.
Sure. So your catchment area is no longer 4 hours; it's perhaps nearer to 6 hours. And
completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
And how does that play in terms of accommodation stock? Have you enough accommodation stock to cover increased demand?
Not really. Our strategy passed by not to increase the number of beds. That was perfectly defined in the law that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Only 1 or 2 hotels, but not too much. The question is to change, to support, to help the properties to improve the category. In fact, in the last year, a lot of them had changed the category. I can say around between 10 or 15 properties have improved the category, increasing from 4 to 5 star. And also we have created a very, very incredible hotel products. I think we will be ready to change our kind of customers, because I think we can say we have been improved our beds. That is what I am optimistic that we can have a good result about the outcomes of this strategy. We need time, obviously. Actually, we will have in the end of the month, we will attend to the event called Roots World that we will attend through
the digital World Roots. Yes,
the World Roots. We'll be ready. We'll be in touch with the new careers belonging to the new those markets for us, trying to present them our new destination, our support to launch routes to Lanzarote, to explain to them the opportunities they have, the potential of the destination, and explaining to them the incentive. The Canary government has a tool called Fund of Flights Development. We can show them that tool. Also, we will want to explain to them our role as Lanzarote Tourist Board in terms of the opportunity to create marketing activities, marketing campaigns together. Also, I think we have good opportunities to convince them to think about the possibility to consider Lanzarote as a new destination for their portfolio of routes. So I think it will be a very successful event for us to be in charge of new companies, to try to develop the strategy that we have mentioned it before.
Sure, let's hope so. So can I ask you finally, this winter, because as you said right at the beginning, this is the most important part of the year for you. You have all of the advantage and no one else has. How optimistic are you for the first quarter of 2021 from January through to March? Are you seeing any upturn in bookings? Are you seeing more interest? It won't be as good as last year, but is there reason for optimism?
Really, the flight programs for this current winter is not very bad. I see I have in my table now the forecast coming from AENA with the slots that the air carrier has asked for this current winter, and anybody bad, not very bad. It's a decrease, obviously, but it's around 30% less. Only 30% less. Obviously it's not going to be the best winter of the year of the historically.
Yeah.
But with the situation that we are suffering, I think it's not a bad schedule for this winter. I think the companies are looking for a good launching of the year, because if we join all the news that we have, I mean the vacuum, the result of the restrictions, the advance, the evolution of the curves in all the countries. I think the strong demand that we have, because I consider after almost 1 year people at home, I think the energy to travel will be very, very strong. We have to take into consideration that probably many people will lose the employees. That is also on the table, as obviously. But in spite of that, I consider we will have a reasonable winter if we have the good evolution of the vacuum from Johnson & Johnson, from Moderna or Pfizer. So I think those three probably have the much better result at the moment. So what I can say, the things change every day, and it could be a very good thing. It could be a very good thing if the people from United Kingdom, from England, will start to travel to Canaries in that month, in the next month, where we have our focus on. Because everybody knows that the important weight that United Kingdom has in Lanzarote.
I think you're absolutely right. There is just so much pent-up demand where people are frustrated at not having been able to travel and are desperate to travel and find some sunshine in the winter seasons, that you are absolutely placed in the number one position when we do get permission or approval to start travelling again. Hector, it's been fascinating speaking to you. You've clearly done a lot of work, and you deserve to be successful in repositioning Lanzarote. And hopefully come January of 2021, you'll begin to see the fruits of your efforts. So thank you very much. Pleasure speaking to you.
A pleasure. Thanks to you.